And then we get to lie down to start with. So if you want to come down onto your backs, get comfortable. I'd just like you to take your focus onto your breathing. And we'll take those nice deep breaths in and out. So we just focus on those nice deep breaths in and out. So every time we breathe in, we're drawing that breath down towards the stomach, allowing the stomach to rise. And as we breathe out, we just allow the stomach to drop back down again. And we'll take one more deep breath in. As you breathe out, I just like to take the arms overhead. We'll interlace the fingers. We'll point the toes. And we'll reach out to the whole length of the body. So make ourselves as long as possible. And just focus on those nice deep breaths as we do. And we can take a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, we can gently release the arms. So we'll allow them to come up to around shoulder height. And from here, I'd just like to bring the soles of the feet together, so we allow the knees to drop out to the sides. And again, we'll just focus on our breathing as we hold here. We'll take one more deep breath in. As we breathe out, we'll gently lift the knees back up and we'll bring the feet to the floor. We'll keep the arms out at shoulder height. Then we're going to gently lower the knees down to the right, take them as low to the floor as we feel we can. Then we'll ease back to the center and out to the left. So we'll gently just take those knees from side to side, keeping the shoulders down as we do. And if this movement's feeling good, the next time we drop the knees to the right, we can try and take the left knee towards the right elbow, still keeping the shoulders down. And we can do the same thing as you drop the knees to the left, right knee towards the left elbow. If it feels too much though, just stick with taking those knees gently from side to side. And we've got one more option. If we want to add it in, we can try and extend the leg, taking the toes out towards the fingertips. We've still got a cat in the way, or if it feels good. If it doesn't feel good, we'll take the knee towards the elbow still, or gently drop those knees from side to side, whichever option feels good for you. And then last time to each side. And we can gently ease to the center. From here, I like to lift the legs, we'll take hold of the shins and we'll just draw the knees slightly in towards the chest. We're just going to bring a little bit of movement to our ankles, so just like point and flex the feet. Drawing the toes up towards the shins, and then pushing them away again. Okay, you circle into the ankles too. Getting circling the feet one way. And then I'll change direction and circle the feet back the other way. And then we can gently hold to the center. From here, I like to draw the knees slightly closer in towards the chest. If we can, we're going to take the feet towards the ceiling, try to take hold of the inside or the outside of the feet. If we can't reach the feet, we can take hold of the shins or the ankles. The aim is to try and get your thighs as close to parallel to the floor as you feel you can. And as close to a 90-degree bend at the knee as you feel as possible. And as we hold here, we're just going to focus on those nice deep breaths in and out. Take a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, we can gently release. We'll hug the knees back in towards the chest. And then from here, if it feels comfortable too, I'd just like to take your hands to the back of the thighs. And we'll gently rock and roll on the spot. So we'll slowly start to bring ourselves towards a seated position. Now, if it doesn't feel comfortable, just gently bring yourself to a seated position. If you are happy to, we're just going to build a little bit of momentum. And then once we've got enough momentum, we can release the thighs and gently rock and roll to a seated position. And then here we just can bring a little bit of movement through our legs. So I just like to draw the chin down towards the chest, allow the head to hang heavy. And we're going to take the head across, or the chin across even towards the right collarbone. And we're going to try and drop the right ear down towards the right shoulder, keeping the shoulders down as we do, so don't bring the shoulder up towards the ear. And we'll ease up to the centre. We'll do the same going out to the left. So left ear towards the left shoulder. Chin down towards the collarbone. And then chin to the chest. We'll just reverse that motion. Going back out the other way. So just creating that little circle through the neck. So every time we bring the chin down to the chest, we're back to where we came, just putting a small little circle. And one more time each way. And then we can just relax the head to the centre once we finish those circles. And then we can slowly make our way around onto all fours. So wherever it feels comfortable, we'll take the hands down. And then we can step the legs back. So here we've got the hands under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. And we're just going to bring our movement through the back of the body. So as you breathe out, much like that, arch the spine up towards the ceiling. Then as you breathe in, we'll arch the spine all the way, pushing the chest down towards the floor. And we're just going to time with our own breath. So if it feels more comfortable to have your breath the other way, it's absolutely fine. Just one more time each way. And we'll hold to the center. We're just going to sink into child's pose. So you can push those hips back towards the heels. Release the arms out in front of you. We'll just relax into the floor. We'll take a deep breath in. As we breathe out, we'll gently ease back up onto all fours. And we're going to step the right foot forwards and outside the hands. So we come into a kneeling lunge position. Here we squeeze the legs. We're going to keep that squeezing the legs with that front heel down. The knees roughly over the ankle, and then we're going to take the right hand and we're going to reach behind us. So we reach the hand as far back as we can. So we're getting a bit of a twist, and we want to keep the chest as close towards that right knee as we feel we can. Yeah, a nice stretch through the back of the body too. Keep that squeeze in the legs. Sure, you're all doing a fantastic job. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, we'll slowly start to release. We bring the hand forwards. We'll step the right foot back. And we do the same thing on the other side. So we'll step the left foot forwards this time. Bring it outside the hands. So we come into that kneeling lunge position. Squeezing the legs. So again, the left heel is down, knees roughly over the ankle. Then we're going to reach back as far as we can with the left hand, reaching behind us, keeping the chest as close to the leg as possible. And keeping that squeeze in the legs. Let's take a deep breath in. As we breathe out, we can bring the hand back to the floor. And we'll step the foot back. So we come back onto all fours. From here on, tuck the toes under. We're going to lift the knees. We're going to push the hips back. So we come into our down dog. So we take the hips high. The heels can be lifted, we can have a little bit of a bend in the knees, we're trying to push the chest towards the thighs. Touch my soul. Then we're going to bend the legs, and we're going to set the feet forwards and together. So we come into a forward fold. So in our forward fold, just let go through the arms and shoulders. Allow them to hang heavy in front of you. Slight bend in the knees. And keeping those arms heavy, you're going to slowly start to roll up to standing. Once you get to standing up, just circle the arms overhead. Bring the palms of the hands together. And we'll go into a little bit of a back bend, so we'll arch backwards now as we do. Squeeze into the back of the legs, the glutes. Touch my soul. 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 You can take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, we'll gently release and allow the arms to come down to our sides. So we've got a little bit of a challenge here now. If possible, I like to lift up onto the toes, so we raise the heels off the floor. And keeping the heels lifted the whole time. So on the toes. We're going to bend the legs, we're going to push the hips back, and we're going to sink as far down towards our heels as we feel we can. Trying to keep the chest up, so the heels stay lifted. We sink as low to the floor as we feel as possible. Still keeping those heels lifted. And the real challenging bit from here is to come all the way back up to standing nice and slowly. If you can, we slowly start to rise back up. Keeping those heels lifted, coming back to standing. We're going to do that one more time. So if you need to, put the heels down for a moment. But then when you feel ready to, we're going to lift back up onto the toes. Keeping the heels lifted, push the hips back and down. Making as far back towards those heels as we feel we can. This is not only working the legs, but it's working all those muscles to the feet, building strength into the toes, the ankles, the Achilles. And then again from the bottom we slowly rise, just keeping it as slow as we can. And once we get to the top, we can gently lower the heels down. And we can relax the arms again. We're going to come into a forward fold from here, so we'll drop the chin to the chest. Arms and shoulders are heavy, we'll slowly roll down towards the floor. A little bit of a bend in the knees, and we just go as far towards the floor as we feel we can. And as always, it doesn't matter if the hands can reach the floor or not. And we'll slowly roll back up to standing. Once you get to standing, we'll circle the arms overhead. Bring the palms of the hands together. And we'll go into our back bend. So we're just going to squeeze to the back of the legs and glutes as we arch slightly backwards. And it's really important to squeeze through the back of the legs and glutes as well, so we look after the lower back. Take a deep breath in. As we breathe out, we can gently release the arms and allow them to come down to our sides. From here, we're going to bring the hands to our back, to our lower back. And I like to draw the shoulder blades back and together. So we draw the shoulders back, squeezing the shoulder blades, drawing the elbows back too, staying nice and tall. A little bit of a bend in the knee. Then we're going to just tip forwards from the hips. So as we do, we can push the hips back slightly. But we want to keep that squeeze in the shoulder blades. So we keep that back nice and flat. So we don't want to be rounding forward, trying to keep the shoulders pulled back. Keep that squeeze in the shoulder blades. So that's it, we've got a nice flat back position. We've drawn those shoulders back and we're just going to hold here. As we hold, just focus on those nice deep breaths in and out. So keep those nice deep breaths going as we hold here. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, keep that back nice and flat. Keep the squeeze between the shoulder blades. We'll slowly ease back up to standing. Or we can just relax the arms, so we're going to keep them behind us. So let's interlace the fingers. And we'll pull the hands as far away from our backs as we feel we can. We get a nice stretch into the chest and shoulders. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, gently ease the arms towards you, and then you can release them. Allow your arms to hang heavy. We're going to drop the chin to the chest. Slight bend in the knees, we're going to roll down towards the floor. So try and roll through every part of the spine, just going as far towards the floor as you feel we can, keeping the arms heavy as you do. And then take the arms behind the legs, we'll tug ourselves a little bit deeper into that forward fold. Throwing the head a little bit closer towards the shins. We'll take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, we can release the arms. We'll bend the legs. Take the hands to the floor, we'll step the feet back. We'll push the hips up so we come into our down dog. So again, the heels can be lifted. Slight bend in the knees, but trying to push the chest towards the thighs. We get a nice flat back. We're going to come to the toes. We're going to slowly roll through into our plank position. We'll lower the knees down to the ground. Keeping the elbows close to the ribs, we'll gently lower the upper body down to the floor. Then drawing the shoulder blades back in together, squeezing through the bottom of the back of the legs. We're just going to lift the chest off the floor. Now we don't want to push through the hands. We're just trying to really focus on that squeeze through the whole back of the body. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, gently lower back down. And push back up onto all fours. And then we'll push the hips back towards the heels, so we'll sink back into child's pose. We can release the arms out in front of us. Then from here we're going to take the left hand, palm towards the ceiling. Like thread the arm through underneath the right, just reaching out as far as you feel you can. Now if it starts to feel too much, we can ease the left hand a little bit closer in towards us. Then we'll just hold here. Take a deep breath in. As we breathe out, we'll gently untwist. We'll do the same thing going the other way. So we'll take the right hand this time, palm towards the ceiling. Thread the arms through underneath the left, reaching out as far as you feel you can. And again, if it starts to feel a little bit too intense, just ease the hand a little bit closer in towards you. We'll hold it there. We'll take a deep breath in. As we breathe out, we'll just slowly untwist. We'll come back to the center. Take a deep breath in. And as we breathe out, we're going to ease back up onto all fours. We'll tuck the toes under. We're going to lift the knees. We're going to push your hips back and up into our down dog. We'll take a deep breath in. As we breathe out, we'll bend the legs, so like set the feet forwards and wide, just into this deeper squat as you feel you can hold. So wherever it is, whether the heels are lifted, heels are down, we squeeze the legs, we lift the chest. Just holding it for a moment. So take a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, we'll gently make our way to a seated position. Then we'll take the legs out in front of us. We'll keep the left leg out in front of us. We're going to bend the right leg and we can bring the foot to the floor, either inside the left leg, or if we feel we can, we're going to step it over the leg. Use the left arm to hug the knee in towards you. And we're going to twist to look as far over the right shoulder as we feel we can, sitting up nice and tall as we do. And we'll just hold here. So take some nice deep breaths in and out as we hold here. We'll take a deep breath in. As we breathe out, we'll slowly start to untwist. We can release the leg. We'll do the same thing going the other way. So we'll keep the right leg out in front of us. We'll bend the left leg. Foot comes to the floor either inside the right leg, or we step it over. Then we use the right arm to hug the left knee in towards us. We're going to twist to look as far over the left shoulder as we can. Sitting up nice and tall as we do. Take a nice deep breath in. As we breathe out, we can gently release, or untwist and then release. Then from here we get to lie down, so we'll gently come down onto our backs. Now we're going to bring the soles of the feet together again. Just Allow those knees to drop out to the sides. Set your focus back onto your breathing. And then you can gently release. And then just find a comfortable position, because we have some relaxation to finish with. So once you're comfortable, just take your focus onto your breathing. Let's have this nice deep breath in and out. So with each deep breath in, you just want to draw it down towards the stomach. Allow the stomach to rise. And then as you breathe out, just allow the stomach to drop back down again. And if you want to, you just take your focus down towards your lower body. So maybe curl the toes down and just gently start to squeeze through all those muscles in the lower body, so your calves, your thighs, your glutes. And we'll just squeeze and build the tension into all those muscles. We'll hold that tension there. And then on your next breath out, just let go of all that tension in the lower body. Feel your legs sink a little bit heavier into the floor. And the feet might just drop out to the side. And we can do the same thing with the upper body too. We can clench the hands into fists and just start to squeeze through all the muscles in the arms, the shoulders, into the back of the neck. And we'll just build that tension and we'll hold it there. And again, on that next breath out, just let go of all that tension. Feel the arms sink a little bit heavier into the floor and the shoulders just drop away from the ears. And we'll just slowly start to bring some awareness back towards the body. So maybe just gently wiggle the fingers, maybe wiggle the toes. You might just want to do a few small circles through the wrists and ankles. And if you want to change position, please do. Maybe you want to hug the knees in towards you. Maybe you want to roll onto your side. And then nice and gently, I'd like you to make your way back to a seated position. And then from here, we'll take a nice deep breath in. As you do, just allow the arms to circle overhead. And as you breathe out, just relax your shoulders and circle the arms back and down. And we'll do that one more time. Nice deep breath. As you breathe out, just relax the shoulders and circle the arms back and down. Fantastic work, guys.